Howdy folks, it's Rich here. How are you? I'm good. Closing in on getting a job, by the way, for lots and lots of interviews. Some things have tickled my fancy, some haven't. And yeah, I'm in the fortunate position to being able to be slightly choosy with the amount of opportunities I've got, which I'm super grateful for. But anyway, I digress. We're talking about jobs. We're not talking about guitars. In fact, we're not even doing that. We're talking about amps. This is a Blackstar HT1-R Mark 1. I absolutely love it. It sounds way better than, I was going to say you might think, but I think it's got a good reputation. It's a little mini valve amp. It's wonderful. So much so, I wanted to try and get a bit more out of my cabinet, which is rated at 60 watts. It's got 4 Celestian speakers in here, forget the model. So I bought the HT5. Bigger brother though. In case you're not seeing the two together, I appreciate it's a bit far away. I've only got my phone, I'm not, into editing. But there are some big differences apart from being 1 watt versus 5 watts. You'll probably notice here, look, quite a few more knobs on the HT5. And it's interesting actually, what the different sounds here. So first of all, on the HT5, unlike the one, over here on this side, you've got power button and you've also got the standby. Let's bring you in a little bit closer. You still can't see anything, but at least I'm not fading in out as much on the volume. Anyway, and then you've got your reverb here, which is the same as on the little baby. And then you've got the ISF, which is the infinite shape feature, which is British one side, American the other. So sort of trebly and louder or darker and duller. But then the big difference, you've got a 3-band EQ on this one. Treble, middle and bass. You don't have that on the Blackstar HT1. However, there's a sound difference. I'll tell you in a sec. You've got 2 channels here. So you've got overdrive channel, which has got its own volume and its own gain. Whereas on here, you've got a little button for overdrive on or off, but you've only got 1 set of knobs. And then you've got your clean channel, tone and volume. This is a Mark 1, so the Mark 2's got more features than the Mark 3, even more. The Mark 3 is like £400 just for the head. Crazy. I've just paid £130 for this in almost immaculate condition with the foot switch and the cover, second hand. Major difference here, you've got an effects loop in the back, which I really wanted for, especially for my delay. And it's also got emulated speaker out. You can put 4 more cabs through it, and it's also got a dB rating for the effects loop as well, which I've not used before or not familiar with. -4 and -10, don't know. But the interesting thing with this, and I'm not going to say it actually sounds better than the HT1-R. I don't think it does. It's obviously got a bit more variety, and with the foot switch is handy, and the effects loop is what I really wanted. But this is a much darker sound to it. So on the HT1, I had the ISF all the way over to the British side, or on the American side, the treble side all the time. On this one, don't need to do that so much. I've actually got the ISF up a little bit, so slightly darker. The other thing is on the HT1, not that I use the overdrive really, because I've got my pedals for it, but I think the overdrive is slightly less fuzzy on the HT1 than it is on the HT5. I've got the gain down more. It's more like it's less overdrive and more of a distortion. So I've got the volume not very high, and I've got the gain down left, not even on 12 o'clock, and it's really quite gainy. So I've just got my Harley Benton here with humbuckers on, and it's poorly insulated and out of tune. That's just the way it is, I'm afraid. I changed the strings a while ago. Oh, that's really bad. It's still really bad. Yeah, it's bad. Anyway, bad is bad. That is, I'm gonna put the guitar on its coil split mode. This is a clean channel. And foot switch. it just sounds, I mean, you won't really be picking that up on my camera phone, but yeah, it just sounds fuzzy, I think, really, that distortion. And I've only had it today, so I need to play around with it some more, admittedly. Put that volume up a touch. I just need a bit of playing around with, with the pedals. Sounds great, I think. Back off. Anyway, that's kind of just that, really. There's loads of really good demos on the HT5, but if you're after, as I'm now just getting into amp heads and speaker cabinets, I've just not paid a lot of money for this stuff on the used market. The HT5, it's £130. This just cost me with the cover for it and the little foot switch, which looks, I say little, it looks like this. One button just to go from your overdrive to your clean channel. The effects loop is great. You can have a little go with the dB button to make the effects louder or not. Yeah, it's great. So if the HT1 had an effects loop in it, then I'd have been happy, to be honest, with that, because the ISF on there and the tone options, I got some great sounds out of it too. Obviously, you can go a fair bit louder with this being a 5 watt if you need that, which I don't. So yeah, I mean, if the HT1 Mark II, no, that doesn't have an effects. In fact, I don't think the HT1s have an effects loop. Full stop. No. Yeah. Anyway, anyone else there with an HT5 or an HT1? Any love for them? But because I certainly do. Can't see myself getting rid of that. Why would I? Why would I?